Thank you for joining me for this Libra new moon and Scorpio season tarot reading. This is just my quick 15-minute overview of the collective energy that I feel is incoming for this next season. Hope you enjoy and follow Meta Moon Yoga for more. So I already pulled a couple cards for the Libra new moon and Scorpio season, and I'm going to just kind of get into the collective energy here and then probably pull some more clarifying cards. This is just something I was honestly doing for myself, but then I just felt called to share this message and just record it and kind of see what happens. So if this resonates with you, awesome. If not, just leave the rest and take what works for you. So right off the bat, starting with the Eight of Wands, this is the first card that was calling to me when I first pulled these. And in this depiction, I really enjoy this deck because this represents almost a sacrificial altar and burning at the altar. And the Eight of Wands is kind of rapid incoming change out of nowhere. It could be one thing after another. And just it's giving me the kind of initiation vibes, like we're stepping into a new chapter and honestly kind of burning our old self and our past at the altar and stepping through the portal this Scorpio season into our new reality. And this could just be kind of rapidly happening, just could be flowing easily and one thing coming in after another. You can see behind it there's even a vortex going on in the back of this card, which I truly had never really noticed until today, and I think that's just because that's where my perspective is right now, looking at that energy and just feeling almost like a portal or just being sucked into this new vortex and being spit out on the other side of this altar into Scorpio season. So while that may feel a little heavy or intimidating, I think that at the end of the day, it's going to be a much needed and beautiful change, even if the process might feel a little scary before we step through. And that is reminding me of, we have the sun in reverse here, and same with you know, the winds of change that we're feeling, especially right now where I live. I know it is just, we're stepping into wintertime and it's just been these non-stop winds, and I haven't seen the sun in a few days, so I'm really feeling this sun in reverse. It's almost that hesitancy of the, like, will it get brighter on the other side of this moment? And the sun did come out today, and it felt so beautiful knowing that it will always shine on the other side of this rapid change. With the Seven of Cups, this is what I call the analysis paralysis card. So it can be looking at all of your options, but not yet really knowing where to step next, especially with all of the incoming blessings or events. With the Eight of Wands, you can be left with a lot of options and not necessarily know where to go next. So this brings us now to the Prince of Pentacles, and you can see that he is kind of leaving an offer at the foot of that angelic goddess over there, and that's bringing me back to this altar. So now is a great time to, you know, set up an altar for Scorpio season, have some type of practice where you are offering to the universe, spirit, whatever, your highest and best self, and that will help kind of to alleviate the Seven of Cups analysis paralysis, not knowing where to go next and what option is best for you. So I like to go a little bit deeper, so I'll choose another deck and I'll shuffle and pull a few more. So I think I'd like to clarify what this Seven of Cups analysis paralysis, what energy will help us shift through that portal and into our change. And I just had two that popped out and fell on the floor. And it is the sun again, but this time it's upright, and then it is Temperance, which is giving me kind of that same angelic vibe that we had going on with the Prince of Pentacles, the Earth sign. So this is just already making me so happy. Moving from the Sun in reverse, and I think again it comes back to just shifting your mindset to focus on the bright side of things, the positivity, the hope that there is blessings ahead of us and brighter days. And as we step into winter, we know on the other side of winter there will always be spring and summer, and we will step through this transition period into our new reality. The Temperance card can be just learning to ebb and flow with life and the challenges and the opportunities that are presented to us. So for me, it's kind of giving me that pause and then assess and then move forward. So not acting too quickly with any of these changes that are coming in, and instead pausing for a moment to tune in, maybe check in with your guides and your higher self and just see what feels good to you on a soul level and see what feels good in your body. And he just has like one foot in the water there and one foot on earth, and balancing the water in between those two chalices that he's holding. It's just all about finding that balance and that steadiness and ease no matter what life throws at you, especially during this Scorpio season. And again, we just have that symbolism with the sun right behind us in this card. So that is 3 beautiful suns that are visible in this reading so far. So whatever we go through in the next couple months, just know that we have brighter days ahead of us. I'll pull a few more. I mean, this feels pretty good so far, so it's interesting to want to pull a few more, but we might as well. We have another 7 here, so we have a 7-7, and this is the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. So if you look at it in the upright, he is watching and waiting for his harvest, and he's staring patiently, but probably has some resentment, and just waiting for that next step to come, or waiting for that harvest season. And we are in harvest season right now. We're coming out of it as we step into winter. So having this be in reverse is kind of giving me the energy that now is time to reap what you've sowed and reap the rewards of all of your hard work. And we have such positivity ahead of us that we're no longer waiting for this harvest. We know that it is coming in. Ooh. So we have 3 cards coming in right now. We'll just take a look at a few more. So the 5 of Wands in reverse. Again, this can, if it was upright, feel as if it's kind of a lot of miscommunication happening and a lot of fighting words is how I would think of it. But being that it's in reverse, maybe it is a lack of communication, or needing to be just more clear in your communication, or maybe just actually express yourself if you're not communicating. So whether you're holding back, just use that Temperance energy to pause and think about your words, and then act on it and be sure to communicate how you're feeling, and that will help guide you. Then we have the Knight of Wands, and we have the 6 of Swords. So the Six of Swords is definitely an ending card. You can see that he is paddling away in a boat with his loved ones, I would assume, and they're taking everything that they have with them. Even if that's all their baggage, they are packing it up and they are moving it on to the next phase. So if you're in need of a transition, this is a very auspicious card in the sense that it's showing you change is happening. You will have your loved ones with you as you move on to this next phase. And with the Knight of Wands, that is, again, this is just giving me so much of this like fiery, rapid, incoming energy. Temperance is also Sagittarius, so that is a fire sign, and that can be maybe, you know, Sagittarius season that is following Scorpio season. With the Knight of Wands, that is moving steadfast and strongly and boldly into your next direction. The salamanders and the flames on him also represent that change by fire. And his horse, this is one of the only night cards where that horse is really active and charging forward. They're a lot more mellow in the other night cards, so this is really abrupt and bold change as you step into your new direction. So I think I'll just pull maybe just an oracle card and see how that feels, just to wrap this up, this Libra new moon Scorpio season reading, just trying something new and different and just flowing with this. So again, take what resonates for you and leave the rest. Okay, what oracles do we need for this Scorpio season? Okay, looks like we have two, maybe, that flew out of the deck onto the floor. Everything is very jumpy today, so there's definitely a lot of energy moving. Right off the bat, we have this hedge card, which says potential boundaries and indecision. I am loving this because it has the scales on it for Libra season, which is, you know, the constellation of the scales representing balance and equality and fairness, and these two paths going in either direction. You are definitely at a decision point, a turning point, and needing to choose which path in life you would like to take during this Scorpio season. So come back to that temperance energy to help guide you, and just let your highest and your best self guide you, your soul's calling, not, you know, the callings or the opinions or the feelings of others. So really make this decision for yourself with the Seven of Cups and with the Temperance card, and then this hedge card. Definitely some indecisive energy. And then we have the Salt card. I'm loving the pine trees and the salt in these two oracle cards. That really feels at home for me. So the salt is protection and banishing negativity. How, you know, in certain practices you can put a ring of salt around your house to kind of keep it safe and keep that negative energy out, and you can do that practice anywhere. You know, if you are going to try out a little altar practice this Scorpio season, maybe doing a little offering of salt and pine on there. And with that eye on there as well, it's reminding me just to come back to that intuition. So you can kind of, you know, use your third eye sense to see what situations feel right for you and make sure that you have solid boundaries in place, and always keep yourself surrounded and keep your highest and best intentions as your guidance in this. So my throat is getting really raspy, so I feel like that's my sign that I've had enough, and just really excited to share this message with whoever it resonates with, and I will catch you next time. Happy Libra new moon and welcome to Scorpio season.